Good morning, traders. Barnacle Bill here to go over the markets with you. But first, trading futures, options on futures, and retail off-exchange foreign currency transactions involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. You should carefully consider whether trading is suitable for you in light of your circumstances, knowledge, and financial resources. You may lose all or more of your initial investment. Opinions, market data, and recommendations are subject to change at any time. Past performance is not indicative of future results. First, looking at the CL, and you can see that we were one time framing lower on the monthly chart, and we stopped one time framing lower on this month's chart, on this month's bar. So that tells you that something has changed. This isn't necessarily bullish. This letting you know that something has changed. Now, we had a 1 to 2 month balance here. We broke out. Had a 2 month balance here. Broke down. Had a balance in here, and that's what we're testing right now. We're testing this balance area. On the weekly, we are one time framing higher. It peaked below this month, so you could say that this isn't truly one time framing, but I'm just going to keep it in my book as one time framing higher. We're in a 2-week balance, so the monthly I would call that a positive. On the weekly, I'd just say that that is neutral. The close target here might be this volume point of control at 45.95. On the daily, we are one time framing lower. We had a nice reversal bar on average volume. I'm going to call this neutral also. So you can see we had balance up here. I think we had a pretty significant point of control, combined point of control. So that may be a magnet for us. So this is the past couple of days on the 5-minute chart, and you can see up here 41.36 is pretty prominent point of control of these combined profiles. And if you look at where we stopped overnight, we stopped here at 40.16. That was this day's point of control. If you look at the market profile, you can see that value was lower, traded lower. We had a double distribution. We opened down here, tested lower, left a pretty good tail, and tested higher. So my expectation would be that we would get into this range. Now, as it is right now, we are 39.89. That's where we would open right now. So we are already back into this range. We overnight we tested the point of control. So this is going to be the no go level in my book. This point of control from yesterday. We may once we open, we may test up there again. And if we get acceptance, we're going higher. If we get rejection, then 39 may be support. So the scenarios for today, if we it looks like we're gapping. I'm going to gap open. I think the high was somewhere down around here. So the gap is going to be fairly close. So we could easily test in toward yesterday's range, test yesterday's high. If we get acceptance there, then test yesterday's low volume node, or maybe where it broke out from down here around 38.96. If you get acceptance here, then of course you would be testing the low. Now, if it again, right now it looks like it's going to gap open. If it doesn't test yesterday's low and it goes higher, of course, the first thing would be 2 days ago, the high volume node around 4013, and then the low volume node around 4035. And if you get acceptance up here, my ultimate target would be up here at 4135, 4140 area. This is a pretty big volume point of control, maybe a magnet. This looks like pretty good rejection here. We'll see if it can just mirror this form over here. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to be cautious, very cautious on either side, but see what the market how it plays out. Let's look at the ES. So we're in a larger balance area here. Right now I'm classifying this as a positive. We broke out of last month's range. Wouldn't be surprised if we ran into some resistance up here. On the weekly, we're one time framing higher, so I count that as a positive. We're in a 2-week balance. On the ES, we have a pretty prominent point of control here of combined days, and we have this downtrend line, either this one or this one, where we could there's an area of confluence up here where we could have some resistance. This week peaked out of last week. That's a little bit of a negative. When it peaks out and comes back into range, your target is the opposite side of range. But right now we're one time framing higher. We definitely have a bid under this market. On the daily, we have a bit of a balance area here. And if we open right now, we would be out of yesterday's range, but fairly close to yesterday's high. I would say the same thing, that this would be our magnet up here. You can see that it hit it overnight. This is a little bit stronger than the CL. I would not be surprised if it tested up here again today. It may test lower first, but my ultimate target would be up here around 39.50. Again, if we test lower, get acceptance, I would say we may get support down here around 20.22. If we get acceptance down here, looking at the low. Okay, hope that helps. Barnacle Bill signing off.